Like up the stream, y'all.
It seems to me you have another guy. Don't pretend to tell your love lover or get caught up in your rapture. You see, girl, oh girl, don't take me for no substitute lover. Oh no, oh girl, I'm not a substitute lover.
Like up the stream, y'all. Hey, Miss Hamilton.
Sometimes I wonder if your love is really true, but your action is good. It won't get through. Oh girl, I'm not a substitute lover. Oh no, oh girl, don't take me for no substitute lover. Oh no, still really and truly. Don't blame me, no second fiddle.
Rosemary, we need this discussion.
First class love is what I need.
You just see myself. Where my UGC clan at?
Whenever she passes by,
where my ugly girls at?
With another guy, she even goes as far to say that I'm a superstar. But girl, oh girl, don't take me for no substitute lover. Oh no, oh girl, I'm not a substitute lover. Oh no.
I need more likes, y'all.
I call you on the telephone. There's someone to say you're not.
Make sure whoever's on here right now, subscribe to theuglygirlsclub.com if you are a biological born female. You're welcome to come.
Oh girl, don't take me for no substitute lover. Oh no, oh girl,
All right, y'all. See who's in the house. Let's see. How y'all doing this Sunday? Wherever you are. Hopefully your Sunday's going good. Love my nose ring. Thank you, Wisdom. Appreciate you. Appreciate that. Y'all come on in and like the stream. Anybody who's here viewing for the first time, please just go on. Well, not anybody. If you're a female, go on ahead and subscribe to theuglygirlsclub.com. That is our official clubhouse website where you can buy products, audio trainings, ebooks, merch, that supports the philosophy behind this platform, which is we refuse to be defined by how we look. We know we're going against what society says is a woman's worth, right? We understand that there's something called sexual attraction and sexual responsiveness and femininity and fertility as in terms of femininity and sexual attraction. We understand all of those terms. We understand that a lot of people who perpetuate those terms are not attractive themselves too. They're about as attractive as we are. Ones who say that we gotta be attractive are usually as ugly as us. And that part. So it's not about feeling intimidated by the expectations or the value system of anybody else. It's not about trying to live up to what anybody else deems valuable, because that's a hell that you will put yourself in, because you'll never be enough. You know why you'll never be enough? Because you're not representing what's valuable to you. So you will never feel enough. You have to exercise what's valuable to you in order to feel adequate and get rid of the tendency to feel inadequate around certain people and the demands that they make. So we are learning this here at the UGC. This is why I created the platform, the Ugly Girls Club. It's not a self-deprecating, you know, cry me a river type of thing. We're not to be pitied. We're not dishing out pity here. We're dishing out tools, practical tools that you can use in your everyday life to get rid of the dead weight, to get rid of people who don't serve your highest good, to actualize your fullest potential, to manifest the things that you want in spite of the odds, in spite of the statistics, in spite of what the CDC and family, whatever it is y'all look up says, in spite of all of that. So that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing here, y'all. That's what we're doing here. Y'all like up the stream, please. Like up the stream. I'm waiting on some more folks to come on in before we have this discussion about lying about your occupation. Right? I did a post in the community tab section the other day about just some of the things that I'm observing that women are going through in terms of dating men nowadays. You guys, a lot of y'all are having a hard time getting a quality interaction past the question about your occupation. It seems like a lot of you are finding that men are asking these questions about how much money you make so they can take some of it, so that they can have an excuse not to, I guess, do the manly thing and provide for you. I guess, that's what it is. So a lot of you are kind of like having to fudge the truth a little bit, just to get past the first date. How about that? More likes, please. Let me play something else while we get more likes up.
Them say I'm
likes we got?
the best online. We don't
Like up the
represent for
stream.
we so fast. We don't sell out on the strong gun. We don't represent for we so fast. Them say we man and we bad. I'm telling you, where we from? We're from Trinidad and Tobago. As a Trini, a Trini, as a Trini, a Trini, Bongo Trini, a Trini. Oh, 'cause they love what Trini does. Look, 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 look. And they like what Trini does. Cook, 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 cook. And they like to hear Trini talk, 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 talk. And they love Trini woman walk, 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 walk. And we make us company. And we make us company.
Let's see what we got
And we
here.
make us company. So me done, so me done, so me done, so me done.
Thank you,
I'm
Mr.
a kid
NA.
to the rain, man, man, man. I just sit up in the rain, white and black. I don't care what nobody say. Every carnival I done there. Plus I do all artists and money masters. Them say I'm a done a man. I'm telling you where I'm from. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. As a Trini, a Trini, as a Trini, a Trini, Porto Trini, a Trini. Oh, 'cause they love
All
what
right,
Trini
y'all.
does. Look, 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 look. And they love what Trini does. Cook, 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 cook. And they like to hear Trini
Greetings.
talk, talk, talk.
All right, y'all. So let's have a discussion about this now. How many of y'all feel like you're under pressure to lie about what it is you do on your first or second date? Well, just to get to a second date, you have to lie about what it is you do. There's so many of you nowadays that are coming to me saying that you really you got to play the damsel, because if you let them know that you're a VP or upper management, he's gonna feel like he doesn't have to make any effort, any financial effort towards taking care of you as the position of a male in the relationship. So y'all tell me, are y'all having to do that out here? You have to do that all the time, Charlene? Oh man. Oh man, that's terrible. Not pressured, but wanted to try and see something. Okay, so you did it to see. What were you trying to see? CJ, what was it that you were trying to see? I feel that statistics say that if a woman has a job, she's less likely to get a man. Really? And I'm tired of this narrative. So is that what the stats saying, that if a woman who has a job is less likely to get a man than a woman who's unemployed? Really? I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding it. I was enjoying that song, and my family are Jamaican. Gonna look that song up later. All good, my dear. It's all, we all got dropped off at different points of call. It's all the same thing. Same rhythm. Um, I was trying to gauge their reaction and if they'll treat me differently. So what happened, CJ? Did were you treated differently when you said that you were a clerk, or I don't know, stock girl, or whatever it is you said? Make them feel like they are smarter and superior. Oh, so you say that you have a janky job to make them feel smarter and superior to you? Ooh. Moonlight says, I'm tired of being guilted by society that I will be single forever if I don't do this or that. Amen to that. I know a lot of y'all are tired of that. That's all we seem to hear now. Is if we're not this or that, if we don't do this or that, we're gonna be We're gonna all be cat ladies. We're all gonna be cat ladies out here. I'm kind of weirded out and exhausted with that narrative too. Because the men who are saying this ain't marrying nobody anyway. It's usually men saying this. And the ones that are saying this ain't marrying it. They're not incentivized to marry nobody anyway. They too busy going to Brazil and the DR and playing husband to some chick who making homemade coconut bread for them for a week. That's pretty much what that is. Cause they ain't marrying them too. They getting these out of the country chicks and they ain't marrying them either. Believe me, I know. I know. Um, they'd be the main ones wanting to know upfront about the job situation. So I just started lying and saying I didn't have one. So when you lie and say you don't have one, then how does the conversation usually go after that? However, this was only when I tried online dating. So you gotta lie online, lie offline, lie over the phone, lie in person. I've been lying, just say receptionist. I know some of you say that you lie, to filter out the dusties that y'all lovingly call them. That you affectionately call these guys who don't make the cut dusties. So you lie to keep them out your bank accounts. Is that true? And the conversation goes, "What do you do with your time?" They then assume you do nothing. Oh, okay. So when you say that you don't have a job, or that, I don't know, you're a receptionist or something like that, then they ask you, what do you do with your time? So then that they're insinuating that you're lazy, that something is wrong with you, that you're lazy if you don't have a real job. You never stop. Tell a guy about what you do at first, especially if it's high earning position. The goal of the date is to find out about his intent and his for his earnings. Oh my gosh. So the intent is to find out about his earnings. Yeah, that would be the intent. That would be the intent. The problem though is that, when you take the job thing off the table, it's like, what do you have left? What are you filling that void or that hole with? Can it be filled? Can you hold a conversation about something you're passionate about? Can you project a woman who is happy and secure with and satisfied within herself if you take your occupation off the table as something that you're not going to disclose? Like what is left? What are you replacing it with? Because I find that we are concealing these things out of fear, out of fear of being rejected. But and you guys are lying, right? A lot of you are lying, but I'm not really hearing the end result of the lie. Like, well, okay, you say that, and then how does things play out? Like, what, are you dating for a long time? Are you still together? What was the conversation like when you revealed that you are a VP of a bank or something like that? You know, as an example, like how do you spend that, and how does the relationship go after that? Because I think we're getting, although I agree you don't have to reveal anything that you don't want to. Um, Concealing things because you're afraid uh usually will never result in what you want. If you're concealing things out of fear of being rejected, or fear that this person will not respond to you in the way that you want. Because if a man doesn't want to pay anything for you, I don't really feel it's a matter of whether you're employed or not that really is the critical definer there. I usually, I'm inclined to believe that men already have made up their minds what they're going to give you regardless of what. I don't really think they care that much about your work. And let's say you did mention, okay, you're in a company, this is your position there. Are you handicapped after that? Like, you can still say no to things. If he asks you to borrow money, what's wrong with your jaw muscles that help you say the word no? You can still say no. You can still say get lost. Like, we're putting ourselves into a box, and y'all are no more confident in withholding information than you are with telling it. So I think the key is to really to build up the confidence to own your shit, regardless of what. And you know men who want to take advantage of you. I mean, I've said this on this channel over and over and over and over and over again. Every one of us knew, unless we need a drill bib and paddle walls, every one of us knew when something wasn't right, when he really wasn't that interested. I think we all sensed it. And if you doubted it, you went to your little piece of shit ass friends to ask them for a second opinion. Of course, more times than not, your girlfriends will set you up and go, you're overthinking it, girl. Just go in and get some. Who else is coming? You might as well go get that. That's the advice you're gonna hear from your little piece of shit friends. But you knew. So I'm like, with holding the job thing, I get it. I get it. But if your highest value is to be supported financially by a man, whether you tell him on the first date or the fifth date or after sex or whenever, does it really make a difference? Does it really make a difference? That's something you gotta start asking yourself. Does it make a difference if I lie or not? I know I feel okay now. I dodged the bullet now. Or maybe I got rid of a Dusty now. But if he's Dusty, you kind of don't we kind of know that from the beginning? You kind of suspect, this guy got a little bit too much free time. I don't think he works his vocation. I think he has an occupation, not a vocation, because he has too much free time on his hands. Like, if you're a woman who has money, don't you recognize someone who has money too? Can't you recognize that? Like, what would be the point of lying? You should be able to know that in the first 5 minutes of conversations. If some of you got status like you say you do, why suffer through lying for a couple of months when you know the dude ain't shit? When you know he's not on the level that you want. I don't get it. I don't get it. I was shocked and said that information is reserved for my husband. So Miss Hamilton, you say the information about your job is reserved for your husband. I like that. That's fair. That's fair. My aunt was married for years before she found out her husband was adopted and his name was an alias. What? Your aunt was married for years to a man who was adopted with a whole alias name? Ooh, wee. Wow. Not all Dusties can be discerned from the jump. Some people are good pretenders, but you have to use your spirit of discernment. There are people who are good liars. There are people who are good liars. But to me, if there's a culture, there's a language that people with money have. There's certain things I'm assuming here that should alert you to what kind of tax bracket you're working with if you are so much on the higher end of the spectrum that you have to lie about your work. Unless some of you are just you know basic managers somewhere making $60,000 a year. If you're hiding a $60,000 a year job, then I can understand why you're confused. You don't know a dusty from not, because you barely got the dust off of you at $60,000 a year. But if you got money, I don't get it. If you got money, shouldn't we be able to spot money like the money like the money we got? Again, unless you got a $60,000 a year job and you hiding that. If that's the case, woo wee, our standards have tanked. You said I don't lie because I'm rich at all. So teach me. I have my master's and I'm working on my doctorate. I'm online dating and I don't want the man to know, but one day he'll find out. So what do I do? I don't know, Rebecca. I don't know. That's something you gotta search your soul with. If you conceal it, you gotta ask yourself, okay, I'm concealing this for what reason? To get this man to support me? I don't think you should have to conceal something like that to get support from a man. If that is your value system, if that's your top three, if that is your non negotiable, it doesn't matter if he knows or not really. Either he's capable of doing what he needs to do as your definition of a man in your life, or he's not. If he's intimidated by what you do, won't he be intimidated when you let him know the truth anyway? Okay, you don't tell him on the first day, you tell him on the 10th. And then what? Because the fear that you use to withhold, that's still lingering around. That's still lingering around. So I don't know. I wouldn't say to diminish your ambition, right? For anybody. But we also have to understand that, we are judged separate to our ambitions too, you know. Men are kind of confusing in that way because they want control, but they want you to be in control of yourself. Um, they want to they want to dictate, but a lot of them don't want to pay the price to be the dictator. Uh, they'll say it's not about what you do; it's about how you look. But if you ain't doing anything, then you're high risk. So it oscillates between the two. It oscillates between the two, and I think it's just about having a conversation. Like, talk to the guy. Like, how do you feel about taking care of a woman? Do you feel offended by the thought? Do you feel that it's an antiquated role? Do you do you welcome it with the right person? Like, just at this point, 2021, it's about asking and let him articulate and have that conversation face to face, so you can see if he's squirming. You can see if he's making eye contact. You can see if he's just really uncomfortable and put off by the question. You can see if he's leaning in and agreeable to it and receptive to it. It's about a question, you know? How do you feel about the traditional role of being the financial arm of a relationship? And you just ask just like that. Don't ask with there being a right answer in your tone. Ask me because you just want to know how he feels. Because you really just want to know how he feels, so that if if the next date is viable or not. I mean, it doesn't matter what your job is as long as you're not giving the man any money, any money or sex. Well, those are two things. Thank you, Moonlight, for your donation. So, because why do you think women have such low standards for men now in comparison to back then? Do you think media, the manosphere, or music has anything to do with it? Why do I think that women have low standards? Well, the sexual revolution has something to do with that. I don't think it's media. I think it's the sexual revolution. Birth control allowed women to have low standards because now women can fuck like men without requiring commitment, without requiring marriage, without requiring any kind of long term relationship because now she can lay on her back without any consequences like men. So with that, the sexual revolution, women's standards are low because now I don't have to I can sleep with you and not have to be with you and not have to be tied into the responsibilities of being your wife unless I want to. So that's why women's standards are lower because women wanted to be like men. Well, exactly. Ask questions without answering reveals so much more about him while you still remain a mystery. Yeah, that's all you got to do is ask. Like, what do you think about this? And then when he asks, what do you think? Well, yeah, I'm still trying to work things out in my head. But if I had to go by what I'm used to, I grew up with my mom was a homemaker, dad went out and worked, so that's normal for me. But what's normal for me doesn't really matter here. It's about what you feel is normal and if that's congruent with the situation we're trying to create for each other. See, you're not trying to force nobody to do anything they don't want to do. When you have to force people to do things they don't want to do, it ends up real bad. It always ends up really, really bad. So it's not about forcing or being domineering or having this air of entitlement. Those things do not work. They don't work. And it causes people to build up resentment and use your body to prove a point. So that's what that is. Rebecca says I'm going to write these responses down for the future use. Do that. I think you should. Potential rising, exactly. Self is men fluctuate between conflicting narratives and desire. 1 minute degrees, salaries don't matter, looks and submission trump everything, and next we are gold diggers for not having our own. Yeah, it's always going to be something. I say it all the time, and I'll say it again here. Men move the goalposts, so it's never really, or what you do or don't do doesn't really matter because there's always something else to do and something else to be and something that you're not with a lot of these men. So it's not really about worrying about it so much. It's really not. It's really not. Y'all gotta stop worrying. Worrying diminishes your value no matter what you do. Having the energy of worry and doubt, no matter what kind of VPs you are at your company, will diminish you quick, will diminish your status quick, real quick. And you feel that you're sustaining yourself because you can buy nice things, you're in a nice neighborhood, you drive a nice car, and you're educated and all that kind of stuff. But if you're all of that and you're scared, guess who you resemble? The same girl who works at the Waffle House. You and her are in the same boat. It's just he can borrow money from you. That's it. Both men and women lie about jobs, both trying to be mysterious. How can they know if they're compatible? That's the problem. It's very hard to know if you're compatible if everybody's lying. It's very hard. And everyone's lying because nobody wants to get hurt. That's why women lie, and that's why men lie too. Or should I say, well, a lot of men lie because they want something for nothing. I gotta add that in there. So it's partly because you don't want to get hurt, but mostly because you want to take advantage. There's that. And it's usually because you're intimidated by the other person, you don't feel deserving of them, or maybe it's the opposite way, that you feel they're beneath you. um you feel that you're more valuable than them, and then so you project your status and your sense of entitlement onto them. And if you feel entitled, then what's a lie? What's the ramifications of a lie if you feel entitled anyway? So there's that. Everybody's lying and nobody's fulfilled. Nobody's fulfilled. So trust me, if women are gonna be sitting down with their cats, you guys are gonna be chasing your dogs too. You gonna be in a dog park. You gonna be right there in the dog park walking your dog and picking up dog shit. Because when you're past your prime, nobody wants you either, except the dog. Because everybody hits the wall. It's not just a woman thing. You guys hit the wall too. You guys hit the wall too. Especially you unattractive guys. You unattractive guys understand what unattractive women go through. You just posture like it's not your problem because you might have a little more money. But you get mistreated too. You get disregarded too. What you learn from Selkis ladies and watching this channel is to never feel or want anything for a guy until he surely does for you. Two chambers. That's right. Hold on to your chambers. Do not give your whole heart away on a humbug. Don't give your whole heart away on a humbug. The heart has to be earned. It's so easy for you to be destroyed, especially if you're unattractive. Oh my God. Especially if you're mild looking, you borderline need a paper bag over your head. Oh my God. Who cares about hurting you? Who cares about hurting you when you're unattractive? And you guys know this too, because the women who abuse you don't care about you either because you're unattractive. Hello? The women who you chase, who you know don't like you, and y'all know it, but you still chase her and get abused, right? It's hard. It's hard. I can help people hack job application algorithms. You can help people on a job application. When men hit the wall, they prey on naive 19, 20-year-olds so they can feel young again. I guess, yeah, there's a lot of that. Men that have it brag and men lie when they don't have it. Never met a doctor that told me he was a nurse. That part, right? I've never met one either. I've never met a doctor who told me he was a nurse either. That was his identity for sure. I'm an ex-black hacker. I don't know what you're promoting here. You hack into systems. You get people jobs. Is that what you're saying by hacking into systems? I've got 27 felonies on my record. Getting a job from a business is almost impossible. Oh, Well, if you have 27, I didn't know it was possible to have 27 felonies. Why are you not locked away somewhere, somebody's dungeon somewhere? 27 felonies? Sounds like you you have your value system intact. 27 felonies? Wait, when my father hung himself and my daughter died. Are you a troll? Where my admins at? I got a troll in here. Where my admins at? Please. All right, enough of you. You find a Jan Levanzan. Good Lord. There's some crazy people out here. Crazy people out here. So yeah, y'all, that's that's what it is. You can hide it. Um you can hide what you do. But then you gotta ask yourself, okay, so then what for what time frame and for what point? What's the end game with that? You know? And if you've done it in the past, like what happened? Did it make the relationship any better? Did you get more gifts when you told him you worked at Walmart? When you told him you worked at Walmart, did he come with more gifts for you? Did he ask to pay your rent, move you to a nicer neighborhood? You know, did those things happen? The men go ham on your emotions when they see that they have an inch on your self esteem. I think not. That's why you gotta stay grounded. That's why you gotta stay grounded. No matter what. I would say 2021 is not being afraid to tell the truth. It's being afraid of being inconsistent with your values. I think that's more of a dilemma than anything else. Being inconsistent with your values. Because if you could tell someone something and be afraid that they will act a different way, and in turn you'll miss an opportunity, then you're thinking about things the wrong way. You're thinking about things the wrong way, in a real non-productive way. Suckers, what do you think about the advice that girls should wait to date seriously until they're 25? I'm a 21-year-old virgin, and confused on how I'm confused on how to go about dating. I don't think I mean, you're not 17. I think 21 the average woman has already had sex by the time 15 or 16 out here. So those that are advising you to wait till you're 25 to date, like you know what is their logic? Are they telling you to wait till marriage to have sex? Because if that doesn't coincide with waiting till you're 25 to date, then I don't really understand the whole what the holdout is for. I don't understand what the holdout is for. So to me, the thing that you got to take into consideration is sex itself. And you want to date somebody, I'm guessing, who is marriage minded too. So waiting till you're 25 to find someone who's marriage minded, I don't know what the 4 more years will do for you. If you already have it set, you clearly have it set. Because if you're a virgin at 21, then I would assume you have your head on. Because most women are not virgins at 21. It's already gone. So I'm assuming you have some sort of a strength, and you can handle your emotions, and you can say no when you're not ready for things. So I don't feel like you have to wait till 25 to do that. I think you can start actively pursuing or making yourself available to men who share the value of marriage if that is what you're waiting on. Sophie's talked about having a good vibe and another vibe and being fun. The vibe of fear is not fun. It's really not. I lost my virginity at 22. I'm 25. Please don't rush it. You're not missing out on anything. It's not about a rush. It's about knowing what you want. And if she's clear at 21 that she wants to be married, there's not, when we say don't rush, we're slowing down for what is what I would ask. To sow your oats, um, I don't know, to gain experience and date a whole bunch of people first, and then you'll be settled, and you'll get rid of your the wild the whole part of you or whatever, and then you'll be ready to settle down with a guy. It's like, because once you wait, you can wait until that point, and it's still a trap. You're still now locked down to someone. So what makes it better at 28 than 21? What makes it better to do it at 30 than 20? You're still an adult. You're an adult. Oh, don't rush to have sex. Well, it's better to do that within a sacred union of marriage. It's better to do that then. How do I vet someone's racial understanding? I'm black and not trying to be with a white supremacist. Uh, so you must like to swirl then, and you're asking me how do you vet a white person to make sure you ain't with a white supremacist? Wrong channel. I can't help you with that. I can't help you with none of that. Ask Pinky. Ain't that her nickname now? Pinky or whoever it is. You gotta ask them. This is the wrong channel for that. What if she wants to get married but doesn't want to take my last name? Um, is that her taking your last name is a big deal to you? That's something y'all gotta talk about. If it's important to you that she takes your last name and she doesn't want to, then y'all have a discussion about what's her apprehension with doing that. And don't be defensive or combative. Like, ask her, like, babe, I'm marrying you. I want you to be my wife. I want to know what is it about my last name that taking on my name that you don't want to do. Like, what do you feel it means to you to not have my name and all of that? You ask her. You ask her. There's some women don't want to. They love you, but they don't want to. I was a virgin till 33, first kiss at 32. Wow. Look at y'all. It's a lot of people who waited. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. So yeah, y'all. So this lying about what you do stuff, just kind of search your soul on it. If you feel uncomfortable with it, listen, anything you feel uncomfortable with, it's kind of going to backfire on you. It's kind of not going to be successful for you to carry out anything that you're uncomfortable with. So search yourself. I'm 26, also still a virgin and waiting for marriage, but finding a man with the same values is hard, but I will stick to my decision. You mean finding a man who's a virgin or finding a man who wants to get married? Yeah, there's a lot of sluts out here. There's a lot of sluts out here. But stay focused, because the alternative is you'll be like a lot of broken women on here crying about they've been hurt. That's the alternative. So you could be a whole woman, disease free, vagina smelling like rose water, or a woman just, just going for it, throwing a vag in the air and gambling with it, and then you need a boric acid suppositories and a goddamn priest because you're going crazy because somebody broke your heart. So there's that. I know a young lady back in the day, she kept her virginity till 28. She still ended up with a loser baby daddy. Yeah, there are those too. There are those too. If you don't have people in your camp who could say, I don't know about that. If you don't have people in your camp that you can have a couple of sets of eyes to tell you what do you see? What do you think? It could be a mess. I always say that decisions like that shouldn't be made alone. Decisions like that shouldn't be made alone. No, ma'am. You need your mommy's input. If your mom's worth a damn, you need her input. You need your sister's input. Like, what do you see? Especially if you're an inexperienced woman. Yeah, you need a support system. Yes, you do. Even experienced women need a couple of extra pairs of eyes. Even if she's experienced. So there it is. If you are a virgin and found this channel, you have been blessed. Absolutely, because I promote virginity, no sex before marriage. I think it's a mess. And y'all know the motto, being a girlfriend is a what? Being a girlfriend is a what, y'all? Where UGC at? Y'all already know. I don't even have to finish the sentence now. That's how much I've said it. That's how much I've said it here. So it is what it is. It is what it is. A scamity scam? Yeah. A scamity scam. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. So to that end, my friend is 25 and been with her, but for a decade they just broke up. She doesn't know how to date. When you put one foot in front of the other, dating is about conversations. Conversations lead to outings and spending time together, and then from there you kind of decide where you're gonna go from there, what you're gonna do. Dating ain't that complicated. What financial advice would you give us in 2021, especially with the racial political climate in the States? Well, my advice is to turn off all of that noise. Politics is theater, y'all. Politics, I keep telling y'all that stuff is not real. You still gotta put one shoe on at a time, one pants leg on at a time. You still gotta brush and floss your teeth. You still gotta make sure your light bills are paid. Nothing has changed. Your responsibilities have been what they are with every sitting president. It's been what they are. To assume that you're doomed because this one is in office as opposed to that one means that your mental faculties are swayed by what it is you see. And whatever you know is what you know. Whatever talent you have is the talent that you have. Whatever skill you have is the skill you have. Whatever degree you have is the degree you have. You got to utilize all these things no matter what's going on the outside. that so-called takeover in the Capitol, whatever that we see now. How many hundreds of memes we've seen of all these clowns uh, taking furniture and stuff out of there, and we see police them taking pictures with cops, and the cops telling them to come in. That was a fake raid. That was a fake raid to finalize everything with Trump, and you know, dust that off real quick. Um, so what I would say is do you in a nutshell. Whatever it is you need to learn, you learn it. Whatever it is you need to kick up a notch on, you kick up a notch on. Like, focus on you. Focus on you and stop getting emotional about what the media and everybody's presenting to you, because it's always a spin on it. Y'all, how can Twitter oust, suspend an account of a sitting president, and y'all don't see that, the freedom of speech is basically over? Like, over with, and they like, ha ha, Trump this, ha ha, Trump that, and you don't understand it as you too. You don't understand this, you, me, and if they could do that to a sitting president, why would they keep your account open? Like, we're not even seeing it on that level. We're being petty and emotional about it. We're being petty and emotional about it. I think he's banned on Pinterest too. Like, what the fuck, Pinterest? Why Pinterest gonna ban Trump? I have no idea. Pinterest of all platforms. Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, and I forgot which other ones. Where's freedom of speech at? It's gone, y'all. Y'all, it's about getting your own shit. It's about getting your own stuff, man. They putting the hammer down, but it ain't nothing for you to worry about. You only worry about what you can control. Only worry about what you can control. As Selka says in the Dark Goddess video, the message of your value has reached all four corners of the world. There you go. There you go. People don't see the bigger picture. No more freedom of speech from vaccines, forced lockdown. Yeah. So what you do is y'all gotta exercise. Y'all gotta stop eating this junk. Y'all gotta get your immune system up. You need to be mastering something that somebody need out here. Something that you need to have something that someone needs out here. That's how you survive this. Either a skill or a product or something that somebody needs you for. You need to be needed. You need to be needed out here. That's how you survive this. Trump has enough duckers to start his own platform. Let him do that. That's not the point. The point is they silence the president. So which means that none of us are entitled to say anything that we want to say anymore. That's what they're showing us, that we don't have a right to say what we feel, and that's a problem. That is a problem. I think some people are getting kicked off of Parlor. Is it Parlor? I think Parlor got ousted from Google. They took the Parlor app off of Google, and I think Apple is supposed to going to take the Parlor app off of their platform too, because supposedly they were promoting hate speech and stuff like that. Y'all don't see what's going on? It's a mess. You never want to be a useless eater. You don't want to be a useless eater, y'all. Some of y'all are useless eaters. Some of y'all don't matter to nobody. You don't want to be a person who doesn't matter to anybody. You don't want to be the one that won't be missed. If something happened to you, you don't want to be one of those that died in your house and your corpse been in your place for 2 years because nobody ain't checking on you. You don't want to be that. So you guys that are selfish with your little stimulus checks and all that stuff, you ain't giving nobody your little 2 cent this or that and the other. You need to think about being useful. You need to really think about being useful. You want to be useful to a lot of people because that's your protection. That's your protection. You want to be irreplaceable out here, some form of fashion. You don't just want to eat, burp, and shit. You don't want to just be that kind of person. Some of us are though. The singer Carrie Hilson said this, and she's being bashed for no reason. Thanks, Selkis. I agree. I'm interested in traveling abroad and possibly buying property too. Yeah, a lot of people want to travel now. A lot of people want to travel now, so we'll see how it goes. This is like 9/11. Things were never quite the same after 9/11. Things are never going to be quite the same after this thing subsides. It's never going to be quite the same again either. So just sort of prepare, you know, just prepare. You late, but you here. You have to look at the replay too, Hebrew. What do you think we should do when vaccines become forced? Well, I'm leaning towards it not. If it does, you better find a herbalist. You better have your little stash of herbs or whatever. So as soon as you take that bitch, you got your little stack, you got your little protocol ready to shit it out or something. I don't know. Y'all better contact these master herbalists and see what they got to clean out from all the residues of this thing. And don't wait till it happens. You already have it. Already have it on standby. So that's what it is. That's what it is. But don't spend too much time worrying about things. Uh, Worrying and fretting over things that really are outside of your control right now. Just concern yourself with what you can do. Concern yourself with what you have total and absolute control over. And there's a lot to do. There's a large part of you that you have 100% control over. So you focus on that. You focus on that. You said Cookie ain't taking it. I know that's right. I know that's right. So no, there is no time to waste. So that's all I got for y'all today. I appreciate y'all coming out and subscribing and liking the stream and everything. And I appreciate y'all sharing the channel with those that love you, those that you love, those that you think that can benefit from the information I have here. More fitness videos. No, that's not what I do here. Mental fitness, that's what you get. That's what you get here. So that's it. So make sure you subscribe to the uglygirlsclub.com and also go to my art site, iloveherart.com. I am an artist, an author, a poet, spiritual advisor, life coach, and a medicine woman. I do a lot of things. And they're all healing modalities. All of them to heal. Heal the heart. Heal the heart, repair the mind. So go to iloveherart.com is my arts boutique, and the uglygirlsclub.com. Make sure you go to those two sites and purchase what you need. Purchase what resonates with you so you can start your journey to recovery. I love your art. I've been procrastinating, but I will own a piece soon. Hopefully. Thank you. All right, Hebrew King. I can't wait to wrap something up and send it your way. Mad love, dear sister. God's favor rest upon you for this year and continually. Peace to the artist, teacher, big sister, to our little sisters in this mean world. Aw, hugs. Selkis is looking pretty sexy today. All respect to. All right, Mr. Logic. Thank you so much. To be honest, I found power in looking at your art. So your art is a healing art, as you said. It gives power. All right. Well, I'm waiting on your order to come in so you can hold it in your hands because it's a whole nother experience when you have it in your hands. When you can stare at it face to face and feel it. There is power in everything that I do. Everything that I do. And there's power in everything that you do too. Y'all got to know that. There's power in everything that you do. You make your reality. You say who you are. You say what you're worth. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of anyone. All right, y'all. Peace and love.